don't get a whole lot of severe weather in western New York, at least relative to other parts of the country, but June and July are, on average, our stormiest months of the year. And starting next month, the National Weather Service is making some changes to how it warns the strongest of our storms. I'm explaining what that means for us in this week's Heather's Weather Wise. When forecasters at the National Weather Service are analyzing a storm setup, they're essentially nowcasting, using things like the latest radar and ground observations to determine if a storm has the potential to produce damaging or dangerous conditions. And if that's the case, a severe thunderstorm warning will be issued. Historically, the specific criteria for a severe thunderstorm warning highlights the potential for winds of at least 58 miles per hour and or hail of at least 1 inch in diameter. But of course, there can be a big difference in impact between a 60 mile per hour wind gust and an 80 mile per hour wind gust, or a 1 inch hailstone and a 2 to 3 inch hailstone. That's why starting next month, 2 new tiers of severe thunderstorm warnings will be put to use by the National Weather Service. The original base criteria will still be there, those 58 mile per hour wind gusts and 1 inch diameter hail. But if a storm looks like it has the potential to produce at least 70 mile per hour wind gusts or golf ball sized hail, they will tag that warning as considerable, meaning the potential for some considerable damage. If a storm is able to produce winds of 80 miles per hour or baseball sized hail, that warning will be tagged as destructive. Storms with a considerable or destructive damage potential are pretty uncommon for us. Of the more than 100 severe weather reports in our region last year, about a dozen had wind gusts of 70 miles per hour, and less than 5 produced the severe damage that would suggest 80 mile per hour winds or greater. When it comes to hail, there were 11 official reports last year. None of them had hail greater than 1.5 inches in diameter. In fact, I had to go back 10 years in the National Weather Service database to find a report of 2-inch hail in the southern tier. But of course, even just one of those damaging thunderstorms can be enough to cause some big problems. And if our local National Weather Service needs to issue one of those destructive type of severe thunderstorm warnings, a mobile emergency alert system will activate the warning right on your smartphone. Of course, you can always get the warnings the old-fashioned way too, through the WGRZ app or at WGRZ.com. That's it for this week's Heather's Weather Wise. I'll see you soon with a new topic, but until then, remember, it's good to be a geek.